Well, here's my video on the Aqua Hot. So when I press the button, it won't fire up. And so what I'm doing is taking the stuff out, sticking in that base. I got to take this cover off and then that cover off. All right, so took that cover off and then this cover off. Basically, there's the Aqua Hot tank. This is the burner. These are the pumps. There's 4 pumps. There's a water line that comes in. There's 12 volt DC that runs it. And basically, this is the diesel injector. And when you turn it on, it blows air into there and diesel through one of these nozzles. And as it's spitting it through, this is a coil and it ignites the fuel. It then looks to see that it's lit and it keeps it running. I have checked inside of here. There's limit switches. All of those test out. I've taken this coil off and tested it, and the coil works. There's also a photo cell that senses if there's light from the flame, and it works. And so the only thing really left, there's also a switch that is the pump, and that thing works too. So the only thing really left is this. There's fuses up here, and there's these relays that run the pumps, but all the pumps and all that run. So this guy right here is not made anymore. I found somebody that sells rebuilt ones for $500, but nothing's returnable. There's brand new ones for $1,000, and they're not returnable. And as far as I know, there's no way to test it, but the company rebuilds them. So I'm gonna go in the coach and turn it on and see if it works. So basically you come in here and you switch it on and it's supposed to ignite. And light didn't even come on that time. That board controls the light too. So I don't know what the heck's going on. So it didn't light because it usually lights right up. So this will run, I think it's 2 minutes, and then it shuts itself off. All right, so what I did was I popped this out of the bracket. I unhooked those 2 cords, checked every wire, and they seem okay. I unplugged it and plugged it in a couple of different times. So I'm gonna go hit the button again. It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I don't know. Here we go. Damn it. The light didn't come on. I wonder, the light was coming on earlier. I don't know what's going on. Alright guys, so latest and greatest on the Aqua Hot. I have pulled the pump. I call it a jet pump. I don't know what it is. It's a Webasto. Pulled this off of it. This is basically the controller for it. And I think this is either going out or this coil. The problem is I've tested the fuel relay and it works. I've put in a new nozzle and it works. I've tested the photo cell and it works. I took the coil off and I put 12 volts to it and it will arc. I used the little device up here and set it, and it fired, and then I put everything back together and then it works. And then after a while it doesn't work. And so I take it all apart, I test everything, everything works, I put it back together and it works. So I don't know. So I did some digging and I found a replacement one of these. They don't make these anymore, but I found this place on eBay that you can buy one for $500, and if you send your old one in, they'll give you $125. So basically $325. So I guess they redo the capacitors and look at the diodes, and then they run it through a test. So I emailed the company and said, hey, what if I mailed this to you? Will you test it? And if it's bad, I'll buy it. And they said, yeah, we'll do that. And so then the guy started writing me back, and he's like, you know, it could be the coil. And I was describing the problems, and I'm like, I think it could be the coil too. You know, if it's intermittent, it's kind of hard to tell. And I guess they do coils as well, and they can run a test on them. So I'm taking this apart. I'm going to mail these two items to them. They happen to be in Louisville, so it's only like 3 hours away. So I'm going to mail this to them. They're going to put them on a test, and if they pass, they'll mail them back. He said he wouldn't bill me for anything that I didn't need, but happy to pay for them testing them. But if I ship these and they both pass, then I don't know what it is. Loose wire? Something. But there's no way to really... The only thing I've done for this is put 12 volts to it and it works. And then I put it back together and it works. So it could be it's going out or bad. I have no idea. So anyway, I'm going to mail these off. We'll get them tested, and I'll let you know how that goes. And if it works out well, I'll put the contact information in to that company, and hopefully be a good resource for you guys. Well, guys, curiosity got the best of me, and the gauges to the generator, because when I turned it on for you guys in that last video, I saw the temperature gauge moving. I thought it's got to be working. It runs off of like a resistance to ground. And so what I did was I pulled this out, and these are the gauges right here. And so what I figured out is there's only 3 wires. There's red, orange, and white. And so the white and the orange are from the pressure gauges, and the red is power. And what I was thinking is that somebody hooked the power into 24 volt, but if you can guess what's missing, there's no way for it to work. There's a ground wire. So I saw it up in here, and it looks like somebody had just spliced this into there and it pulled out like with tape. So what I did was I turned the generator on, measured the voltage, and then I saw this wire and found out that's my 13.2 volts. And so then I took this wire and I grounded it to the gauges, and they work. So, holy cow, just a loose wire. So now what I'm going to do is get in here and splice this wire correctly, and then we'll get it to work. Alright, so I connected those wires. Here we go. I hate doing this to my generator. And just like that, they work. Look at that. So oil pressure is good. Water temperature is cold. It works perfect. Finally. I wanted to see if the lights work. Yep, both of them work. Awesome. I couldn't tell back when I thought the gauges were blown out from 24 volt or 26 or something. It looked like one of the bulbs were burnt out, but looks like it works fine. So awesome. Well, I got my parts in. So I got my old coil. And I guess that was the problem. So I got a new coil. It was like $300. And got my box back. And so they tested this and tested out okay. So that was $500 and this was $300, but it cost $24 to check it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in and see if I can get her to fire up. The rest of this crap's my jet ski stuff. As soon as I get some more parts, I'll finish that video. Well, first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and get the coil on. See if I can back up here. So this is that diesel heater. So basically those wires plug into here, and then these, they gotta go sit up on front, and then I'll have to get them adjusted, and you adjust them with this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get that guy on there. So when you're putting this back together, there's this little tab, and you throw it up top, and what you're trying to do is you use it to align those electrodes. So now I just need to get that tightened down, and we'll get this put back in there. I'm losing light here, but I got the coil on. I had that rubber boot on the backwards. I gotta go ahead and connect this, and then I'll get this pack. It just snaps in here and two wires connect into it. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, so I got this on here, and it's checked out. I got that plugged in. I got everything plugged in, so she should fire up. All right, so I'll bring you along real time. I'm getting tired. It's like 9 o'clock, I think. Come in here. I turned everything off. We hadn't had sun for a long time, so I turned everything off to charge the batteries. I don't know if I need any of that stuff on or not. I don't think I do, but I'm turning it on. Now I gotta turn it off. So here we go. Where's Aqua Hot blower? Well, light turned on. I'm gonna run outside because I'm pretty sure it's gonna ignite. At least I hope so. There she goes. $300. I'm gonna let that run for a while. So burn out all that old fuel and get that nozzle going. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that cover back on. So it works good. Smoky. It works good. I was just gonna say, after it burned for about 10 minutes, it doesn't smoke anymore. I don't think it's really run since winter. So I think I'm letting it run for a good half hour or so, and I'll turn it off. So I guess a little fun fact, 146 watts. There's probably, I got the inverters off just to, I wanted to get some, we were at like 50% today and I got to 88. Aqua Hot's 146 watts. So it's not much at all. You can't even hear it in here. That's nice having that work now. So I guess the electric heater's 1500 watts and the diesel heater's 146. So if you wanted to go boondocking, using that diesel heaters sure is the way to go to have some hot water. But I think that's it. She's running out there now. Just kind of wanted to show you what it was. Got it fixed. There's nothing scary in there. I'll leave the link to that guy that tested the panel and everything and gave me the coil. That's what it was. So that was pretty nice. But thanks for watching, and I'm gonna try to get at least one more video out. I think I'm gonna try to do a video on the electrical, kind of run through all of it. Like maybe the first part will be kind of introduction, and then I'll get way into the weeds. But if somebody ends up getting this, at least I'll have kind of a reference of what I've done and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.